walk me through your analysis. The task here was to sketch with 3 points identified. There's lazy ways to do that and sort of harder ways to do it. Here's my function, f of x equals 3 sine pi fourths x plus pi fourths. So what's your sort of analytical approach? How are you going to start doing it? And again, as you're practicing, you should feel like it's okay to use Desmos in your graphing calculator to validate and verify your thinking. But you really want to push yourself to like, what can I do analytically? What do I understand already about this?
You can factor that. Can you factor that? The pi over 4 out.
So you're saying, let's look at this as a factored form, like that?
I don't know if that makes it I don't know if it makes it easier, but I think it maybe makes it a little bit less complicated to look at. I don't know.
No, that's good. When you get to the horizontal compression and the shift, it's going to be important to see it like that. That's what I was just saying in the last problem, which was given to you in this format. But if it's not given to you in this format, you should factor it for sure. Do you know what sine looks like? Like if I just said graph y equals sine x, would you be able to sketch that? Where does it start?
At 0.
Starts at 0, 0. Does it go up or does it go down?
It goes up.
It goes up. Maximum comes back down, right? So in my mind, you don't have to do this on paper, but in my mind, I might be saying something like this. Well, I know I'm going to go here. Good. All right. What else can I add into this picture? This is the basic shape. I need to do more.
The amplitude would be 3.
Amplitude is 3. What does that mean in terms of this picture?
Maximum would be 3 and the minimum would be 3.
Right. And because I haven't put a scale on it yet, I don't have to redraw anything. I can just say, well, this is 3 and that's minus 3. There's no midline change, so I don't need to do any shifting up or down. So this is nice. I'm doing great. I guess now it's time to go inside. We got to deal with this horizontal, which is always the more complicated part. So where would you start with your horizontal analysis?
With B,
Let's
which
start
is
with
pi over 4.
pi fourths. What does that mean about the period?
Two pi. So it's 2 pi over pi over 4, right? So it's 4 pi over 4 pi over pi. So the period is 4.
So what's t equal to?
4. No, 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's true that it's equal to 2 pi over pi fourths, but this is unsimplified. Needs to be simplified and cleaned up. The answer is 8. The period is 8. If there were no shift, where does that mean I can put the number 8 on this picture? If there were no shift, where does the number 8 go?
On the 0, on the origin?
Here?
Wait, actually, I don't know.
And the x is the and the x-axis.
Right here. This would be the period, right? 8, 0. Again, this is, now I'm going to label this. This is g of x equals 3 sine pi fourths x. This is what I've drawn. No shift. That almost sounded like something bad. No shift, man. What's that? That makes sense. All right. So we got max min. Now we're ready to try to address this shift to the ground. Damn it. Won't give you your.
I'm sorry, before you do that, can you just use the term that was in the dictionary? Can you just, which one of these is the max and the min? Because I guess that was a definition that I wasn't exactly sure.
Thank you, James. Your audio's coming through a little garbled.
I said, I guess this is in the definition. I guess which one is the max, which one is the min? Because I guess I don't know which is clear, which one's which.
In terms of this point and this point?
That's what the max and min is?
When it asks for the maximum or the minimum, is like the maximum 8 because that's the highest it goes.
Yep. A is the maximum, B is the minimum. Yep, that's another little college algebra factoid. This is an increasing interval. This is a decreasing interval. This is an increasing interval. This is a maximum. This is a minimum.
So it's related to the point on the bottom, not 8. 8 is not the maximum or the minimum.
Correct. 8, 0 is not a maximum or a minimum. But, I mean, if we continue the graph, it is not either of those things.
Okay, thank you.
The furthest right point on my graph until I started adding more to it. But that's not a maximum or a minimum because max and min are related to output. What is the maximum output of the function? What is the minimum output of the function? Good clarifying questions. Okay, so we haven't answered the question yet, but we're getting really close now. We've really worked out quite a bit of the puzzle. What does sine look like? What's the amplitude do? What does the compression do? And so all I need to do, what I'm going to do with my blue pen, is I'm going to do a translation. What direction? How many units?
Pi force to the left.
Okay, I got pi force to the left. I was nicer than that. Look at the factored form.
1 to the left.
1 to the left.
It's just 1.
So I'm going to just draw this. Okay. So I've taken my black line, I've shifted it left 1 unit. So now this should be 7, 0. This should be minus 1, 0. All right. What is the maximum? I didn't ask for that, but what if I had asked for that? Would you be able to do it? Well, remember that in normal sine, the maximum would happen at pi halves. Is that a helpful piece of information? Another way to think about it is it happens 1/4 of the way through the period, right? 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. The maximum happens in that first quarter. What's a quarter of the period? What's this point? If the period is equal to 8, yeah, then the x coordinate here should be 2, comma, what's the maximum output? 3, because that's the amplitude. Shift it back 1 spot, 1, comma, 3. That's a maximum for our graph. How can we check it? Well, you answer that question. What are some ideas about checking? Just because I did it doesn't mean it's right.
Plugging in your X and Y values.
Yeah, how about using that input-output to see that it works? And we can do it in its original form because we may have made a mistake in the factorization. So let's do it here. Input of 1, pi fourths times 1.
Pi force.
Pi fourths plus pi fourths.
I have.
It's fractions. Pi halves, good. Sine of pi halves. Units are, oh, you can use your calculator. 1, yes, 3 times 1. Nice. Or Desmos, right? You're sitting at home, you're doing practice, you want to make sure it makes sense, use Desmos. Again, I know that you're not going to use that during the test, so you need to develop the skills analytically, but you do want to see it. You got to be able to see it, and that it's nice to give you that confidence. And it's a very important strategy in Desmos to break it apart. If there is a compression and a shift, to see both of them happening. 3 sine pi fourths x plus pi fourths. This is the thing we wanted to do. And we made sure to look at the one with just right. Purple is the unshifted, 2, 3 is a maximum, coming back to 1, 3 is the maximum. Just makes it look so nice.